Hey, how's it going, Pro Gun YouTube? Today we're going to talk about a couple of 45s. So the SIG 220 came out when the 45 guy mainly carried 1911s. We still don't have a lot of 45 options. You got the Glock 21 and 30, 36, a couple of Smiths. But that's pretty much it. So at the time when this gun came out, your 1911 guys actually had an option with a couple of upgrades. So out of my 1911 collection, I picked the closest GI that I can get to compare to the 220. So of course they're both chambered in 45. The 1911 at the time came with a flush fitting 7-round mag. So of course today we know we can get an 8-round flush mag, where the SIG came with an 8-round out of the factory. So the SIG also has an alloy frame. It breaks down differently, and it came with better sights out of the factory. So I'll go ahead and show you the differences. So let's go ahead and first make clear. Take out the mag, lock it back, nothing in there. So your GI would not have this guide rod. It would have just the bushing system, but that's easy to imagine that that's not there. So normally, chamber the gun, safety on, that's called cocked and locked. And you have this beaver tail safety. It's designed to block the trigger if you weren't ready to fire. So when you push this beaver tail in, it pushes it up and it allows the trigger to go back. This one locks the hammer and also locks the slide. So you would carry cocked and locked, pretty safe. GI sights are very bare bone. As you see, you can barely even see that front sight. And it was called staked. So you actually had to have some gunsmithing skills to replace this front sight, but it was doable. So like I said, they came with 7-round mags. Now you can get them with 8-round mags. Cocked and locked. And the takedown, you'd have to put this on safety. You have to get rid of the bushing. You'd have to line up the slide a certain way to get this out. Then the slide comes off, then you have to twist the bushing out, then you have to pull the barrel out of the slide while dealing with the spring. So putting it together was a little bit of a pain, you know, field stripping. It could be done, not a problem. Go ahead and show clear on the SIG. Nothing in there. So the SIGs came with 8-round mags. I know there's bullets in the mag, and unless you rack it, it's not going to do anything. So, SIG Sauer came with a decocker. So instead of carrying cocked and locked with the hammer back, you can decock it, and your first shot would be double action. We'll go ahead and take the mag out. So, show clear again. So you would decock this and holster it with 8 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. Your first shot would be double action. Your follow-up shot would then put it in the single action that 1911 guys were familiar with. So it was a lot safer to carry with a double action, single action, because the double action makes it a heavier trigger without the need of a manual safety. The other thing, like we mentioned, was the breakdown and the sights. So as you see, the factory sights was a huge improvement over the 1911 sights. These ones happen to be night sights that are old, so they need to be recharged. So, lock the slide back, push this lever down, and then all you do is close the slide. Remove that spring and barrel and your field stripped. Putting it back together, you put the barrel spring in, line up your rails, go back, push that button up, and now you're back together. So breakdown, putting it back together, double single action, and the upgraded sights, this gun would have been a great military option. The only downside is they can only get it to be the 8-round mag. So what the military was looking for was more rounds. So the Beretta beat it out. As you can tell, the Beretta has a simple takedown, has double action, has decocker, has upgraded sights, but the big difference is it's a 15 round 9mm versus an 8 round 45. Now, as you can tell, this is an older Beretta. It says stainless up here. It has two different colors because this is an alloy where this is steel. So you get the two color effect once they get older. So brand new out of the box, they're all the same color. So keep that in mind if you're buying one of these Inox Berettas. So a lot of your guys got upset because they went from the 45 to the 9mm, which to some people that makes a big deal, some people it doesn't. But ultimately, capacity outweighed dimension. So the military will keep with 9mm can stretch, but 45s will never shrink. That's what keeps that round around. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed my comparison on the 220 versus the 1911. Do me a favor, put in comments 9mm or 45. You don't have to put a Y, but just put 9mm or 45. This way, that'll help some of our new viewers determine which pistol they want to use. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.